Hello, everybody. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Wednesday, March 16th, 2022. What a gorgeous day out there today. Did you take advantage? Yes, we did. Awesome. I'm glad you did. It was a very nice day out there. I had some traveling in the middle of the day today, but it still was just gorgeous. Great day to have the windows open. Hopefully, you aired the house out. Whatever you did, I hope you enjoyed it because the weather's going to change. And we're going to go back to March, the real March. And yeah, it is Wisconsin weather. So you have that for you. But hey, we'll take these days. I don't think I ran into one person who wasn't in a good mood today just because of the weather. So it's been awesome. And we have an awesome show for you today. We are going to share our picks for the bracket. Yeah, March Madness is here. We'll have our picks. And no surprise, you're going to be talking with two homers. That's all I'm saying when we get to the brackets. But I have some stats for you too that will either make you really happy or really bummed, one or the other. Or maybe you'll just be like, well, whatever. I still like doing this. And that's what it's. It's all about having some fun. So lots of fun today on TF. Then we talked to the boss man. Yes, we have our Chad Brecklin will be on the show today, our city administrator. He'll be here to give us an update. Coming up, maybe we'll find out who he would pick to win it all. He's probably a homer too, though. I'm just going to throw it out there. Why not? Wisconsin could win it, right? We'll see. All right, let's get into this. We start with your headlines, and we talking about in-person absentee voting hours. We have those details. Absentee ballots were mailed out yesterday. So as you get these in, here's what you need to know. If you want to vote in person for absentee, here it is. Voting an absentee ballot in person is located at the Fitchburg City Hall clerk's office, located at 5520 Lacey Road. It's on our second floor. Just come through the main entrance of City Hall, and the clerk's office is right there. And they're a phenomenal team. So we hope you'll come out and say hi to them. Tell them Fact TV sent you. And maybe they'll say, oh boy. March 22nd through April 1st, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Those are the hours and the dates for when you can come in to do that in-person absentee voting. The last day to vote in absentee ballot is at the clerk's office. It will be on Friday, April 1st from 7:30 a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. Requesting a ballot by mail, well, to do that, request it by mail to your home. You can visit myvote.wi.gov. And you can use Google, Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Firefox, Safari as your web browser. May be required to submit a photo for identification with your application. Please, no selfies. No selfies. Remember that. And if you are interested on what counts as photo identification, go to bringit.wi.gov. It'll show you what forms of ID you need for making that absentee voting or voting in person when it comes time. Now let's talk about dropping off your absentee ballots. There's a change to this. So here's what it says. In order for all your absentee ballots to be counted, all absentee ballots must include the voter signature, witness signature, and complete address on the certified envelope. Absentee ballots must be received at the municipal clerk's office no later than 7 o'clock p.m. on election day in order to be counted. And there's rule change also includes the use of drop boxes. The drop box has to be in front of a clerk. Our drop box is not. It's in the foyer. So you cannot use the drop box to drop off or return your absentee ballot. We have a ton of signage when you walk into City Hall that notifies you that you can't do this. You have to drop it off directly to a clerk. So 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. as mentioned before. And again, no, do not put it in there because it will not count. And that's very important here. That's part of the change. All this information is online, by the way, at fitchburgwi.gov. And of course, we share the links to all of our stories where we got them from. So you can check that out when we post it up at YouTube and on Facebook. Other news, if you've ever been interested in serving on a city committee, now's the time to get signed up. We got a few openings. Yes, if you've ever been interested, you can complete the application to be considered by the mayor for an appointment. And which ones are open? CEDA, Housing, Library Board, Police and Fire Commission, Transportation and Transit, Tree Advisory, and Zoning Board of Appeals. And basically, you indicate which one you're interested. And you can mark, maybe you're interested in tree and zoning appeal, whatever the case may be. If you're willing to serve, sign up, fill out the application, and the mayor will consider these and present them to council coming up. But definitely have some openings. team and help out with these. A lot of work is done. I mean, that's where the work is done, right? It's done in the committees and then gets moved through the process. So we'd love to have you help out. And if you got any questions, you can contact check us out at the website and talk with our administration about your questions. So it's great. FitchburgWI.gov is where you can find that. COVID cases and hospitalizations update for you. And well, we're still on a downward trend. This is what Dane County is saying. Over the last few weeks, we are reaching levels we haven't seen since last summer. This is really encouraging news. And as we move into spring and summer, I mean, what could be better? We want these numbers to continue to go down. And as we talked about this morning, I mean, we still have one county that's in the high. And then we have what I think there were only 3 or 4 that were in the low category, medium. Everybody else was still in the high area. So is that right? Is that medium? Was it high, medium? I think it was like that. Andrew's telling me critical, medium, high, critical. There you go. Regardless, those numbers are on the downward trend, going down, which is great. Cases on the 7-day average at 65.3. We've got hospitalizations at 50, and people in the ICU are averaging about 5.9 since June 17th of 2021. So that all encouraging stuff here, but we still got to do our part. And if you are traveling, we want to make sure that you pack that mask. Yes, travelers, the Transportation Security Administration, you know them as TSA, has extended its mask requirements until April 18th. Everyone, regardless of vaccination status and the COVID-19 community level, must wear a mask on public transportation and transportation hubs. Don't forget to pack one and check the COVID-19 community level on your travel destination. You can learn more about this at Department of Health Services Wisconsin.gov. But I would suggest have that mask with you all the time because it's good. You still can wear it. There's nothing wrong with wearing it still. Keep yourself protected, especially if you're in large crowds. Or otherwise, but definitely on the public transportation side of things, you got to wear a mask. All right, those for our headlines. Coming up next, we open up the digest. We have our picks coming up for the bracket challenge. I mean, it's bracket season, March Madness. Yes, we'll have that next for you here on Talking Fitchburg.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us.
Ready!
That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. We're in the digest, and today we're unloosening the digest a little bit. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the brackets. Because it is March Madness, and everybody has fun doing this, no matter what you do. We do it here with do it with my wife's and the in-laws and their family. She's sitting next to me today, by the way. She's the one who's been coughing up a storm. She's getting better though. And who did you pick to win the Final Four this year, honey? She's looking it up. Obviously, it wasn't.
She doesn't
Wisconsin.
remember.
Well, Andrew and I have our picks in for you, so we are no better, no worse than anybody else. And I'll back that up with a few facts from you. This is from, your NCAA group here, breaking this down for you. So here we go, facts. The longest verifiable streak for correct picks in the tournament bracket was 49. 49 right.
That's a lot.
And the streak that was established in 2019. Before 2019, the longest streak, Andrew,
Yes.
March Madness was 39. 39. That happened in 2017. An Ohio man correctly predicted the entire 2019 NCAA tournament into the Sweet 16. Yeah, it's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
And in 2021, multiple upsets had all of the remaining perfect brackets busted at the 28th game.
I remember that.
that
There's
last-
so many upsets that
Oh.
everyone just, all brackets were dead.
I lost badly last year.
Yep.
And I'm a person who I like to pick some upsets. I've heard there's different strategies, but, you know, if you're doing it for other reasons, and I'm not going to say what those reasons are, you know, then I see a lot of people just pick them as they are, you know, picking the top
Yep.
seed, whatever. There is no way of doing it, and I can prove it. The odds of a perfect 63-game NCAA bracket can be as high as 1 in 9.2 quintillion.
Quintillion. Holy cow.
Quintillion. I heard on Sports Talk the other day, they were trying to break this down, and it was pretty hilarious. But it's just not going to happen. 1 in 9.2. I don't know. So
That's a lot.
the odds, that's like flipping a coin, it says here, if it was a 50-50 coin flip for every game. Which a
Yep.
lot of these are, by the way. I mean, this year is, they're saying this year it's going to be interesting. There could be some, I think there could be some closer shots. So the streak right now is 49. Can you beat 49? Well, let's check Andrew's bracket first. Let's see.
Me?
Andrew?
Yeah.
I'm excited. Here we go.
Okay. All right,
Bracket's open.
here's my bracket. I'm going to pull it up on my other screen so I can see it a little better for myself. But some of them I did some upsets. A lot of them are still the 1 and 2 seeds and 1 through 4 seeds making it. I mean, that's my final four is 2 1 seeds, a 4 seed, and a 3 seed. So I mean, nothing too crazy. Obviously, we'll start in the West, so the top left, Gonzaga. Have them going all the way because
Everybody has them all going all the way.
Gonzaga is
That
Gonzaga.
will be the worst upset this year. No matter what game it's at, if they lose,
Yep.
that's
Yep.
going to upset everybody's bracket.
Yep. And I have that upset in the final four, but that's getting to the final four. So I was just throwing something in there just for fun. Again, the West, nothing too exciting over there as far as upsets. On the South, I couldn't decide. I tried to do an upset with Michigan. I had Michigan coming up to the Sweet 16 with Villanova, but I gave it to Villanova to go against Arizona because, of course, Arizona's going to go all the way as well. So nothing, I remember when we did this with Preston. Preston liked choosing colors. Like he went by who had the best colors, and he would win. He would be better than us. So I mean, there's obviously something to that right there. My East bracket, Kentucky coming up. I actually have UCLA beating Baylor in the Sweet 16.
They say Baylor that not as good as they usually are.
Yeah.
So I think Baylor gets upsetted early on this year. I really do.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
so
with you.
maybe
I
they'll
have
maybe
UCLA taking them down too, Andrew. By the
Okay.
way. No, I don't. Not in this bracket.
Not in this bracket.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
you've got.
I got a couple of different brackets.
You've got
working
multiple
here.
brackets. I do have, and I don't know if I really have anything as a big upset, like looking at the seeds. I do have in the Midwest, I have Iowa State beating LSU just because I thought that'd be fun, which is a 6 seed and 11 seed. So I don't know how crazy that seems or not. But then, of course, as Jeremy alluded to, I'm a homer, so I have Wisconsin coming up. Wisconsin and Arizona, Wisconsin winning, and then Gonzaga, UCLA winning, and then Wisconsin winning. And my tiebreaker score is 133.
All right.
So there you go.
I like it. I think you got a good shot, Andrew. I really do. I
We'll
like
see.
your bracket a lot.
We'll see.
Because let's go over to mine here really quick.
Yep, here's yours.
Mine, mine's interesting. There's definitely some homer. I definitely took Wisconsin all the way. Why not? We
See,
saw
you had Baylor beating UCLA though. You have Baylor going against Purdue.
Yep. I love Purdue. I have a really I'm hoping we have the most teams. Big Ten has the most teams in this challenge.
Yep.
And we have historically blown it again and again and again. So
Yeah.
I am dead hopeful in almost all my brackets that I'm in. I have two, generally speaking, Big Ten teams in the Final Four.
Yep.
I
I see you got
am
Purdue
hoping.
and Gonzaga.
I'm hoping. So yeah, Gonzaga.
Oh, and
Yeah,
you
I
have
mean,
Villanova
I'll
taking
say
out Arizona too. Okay.
I don't think Arizona goes.
Okay.
I don't think they go. That's
Okay.
just my personal
Yep.
opinion.
Yep.
I don't think they go. Gonzaga, I'll say this, that I have taken Gonzaga on a lot of the other brackets for various reasons.
Yep.
They have a chance here to be the number 1 seed. I think the saying was they were number 1 seed through the season plus number 1 seed in the tournament. So it could be a back-to-back. So I don't know. I'm looking for the Cinderella story and a lot of it. But my Cinderella story here is I want to see Wisconsin go all the way. And I think Wisconsin and New Orleans were meant to be. That's all I'm saying.
There you
We
go.
got some history there, Andrew. You remember why?
No.
Remember a little Super Bowl years ago?
No.
Brett Favre?
No. Sure, I didn't know I was there. So there you go.
All right, well, you're just wrecking this.
Sorry.
Anyway, I have it. So Gonzaga versus Wisconsin. That is my top picks. Other than that, I want to see some Big Ten teams kick some butt. I also think Iowa too. Wisconsin and Iowa, I think that's going to be a big game, and I have that to go to the Final Four.
Yep.
I do have Wisconsin, Iowa. Iowa won the Big Ten championship, if you recall, against Purdue. And I mean, I would love to see Purdue and Iowa go at it again in the Final Four. Can you imagine if we had a Big Ten Final Four? Nobody could predict that.
That'd be cool. No, they couldn't.
All right. Well, you have our picks. Good luck. And I think it's just fun to play along, and it's just fun. We have some great talent in the U.S. with basketball, and it's just fun to watch over the weekend. And started last night with some great games already. So, and they were close ones last night. So it's going to be a close one this season. So here's to Wisconsin, who is playing in Milwaukee. And if you're trying to get those tickets, good luck. That's all I'm saying. All right, that does it for this bracket challenge. We'll move on and talk to our city administrator next right here on Talking Fitchburg.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
Ready!
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining us today is your city administrator, Chad Brecklin. Chad, welcome back to the show. How are you doing, sir?
I am doing well, Jeremy. How are you?
I'm doing good. Battling a little bit of cold. We got it from the kid from the daycare who gave it to the mom, who gave it to the daughter, who gave it to dad. So it's one of those like, and yeah, you can even hear the wife cough every once in a while here. But we're doing okay.
Cue the sound effects.
Yeah, go ahead and cue the cough. No, we're good. No, we got a lot to get to today, Chad. We'll turn right to the election. Absentee ballots went out, and there's a few changes happening here, mainly in the Dropbox side of things. But tell us what you know on election update for us.
Yeah, so we do have an election here coming up April 5th. And as you mentioned, Jeremy, there have been some changes to the legalities surrounding ballot drop boxes in particular. The city has allowed absentee ballots to be placed in the drop box out in our lobby area or vestibule area of the main entrance to City Hall. However, with that law change, that is no longer acceptable. The only way to turn in, there are two ways to turn in an absentee ballot now. That is to physically hand it to one of our clerks at the front counter here. And our hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Or the other option is to mail it back to the city. And obviously, if you choose to do the mailing route, you'll want to be sure to leave an adequate amount of time for the Postal Service to process and mail that or deliver that ballot to the city clerk's office in time for the April 5th election. So we do have some signage posted as you enter City Hall for anyone, just as a friendly reminder that, please don't put those absentee ballots in the drop box or they cannot be counted. And, we encourage folks to use those absentee ballots. That does tend to be a bit more convenient for folks usually. And of course, some folks prefer to vote in person. And if you choose to do so, we can definitely talk about polling locations since there's been some changes to those as well.
Yeah, that would be my next area to talk about. We'll note that you can only drop off your own ballot too. Another thing, you have to drop it off via your own. So husband and wife thing, you both got to bring it in. You both got to hand it directly to the clerk. The election, we didn't change our polling locations, but the district maps did change. So you might be voting at a different place than last time. Why did that happen?
So as we've talked about in previous updates, the city did do its redistricting process last year, which is done every 10 years after the census. And that did adjust some of our district boundaries. And those district boundaries are all generally within a few hundred people of population, so that there's some consistency there. And so depending on if the boundaries of your aldermanic district changed or not, you could be voting in a different location. So I could go through those real quick. I had pulled them up in advance of our conversation here, Jeremy, and if your viewers will humor me a little bit and bear with me, but our District 1 polling place will be at Little John's Restaurant, which is 5302 Verona Road. District 2's polling location is the Wyndham Garden Hotel at 2969 Cahill, Maine. District 3 will be at the community center here on the City Hall campus, which is at 5510 Lacey Road. And then finally, District 4 residents will vote at Fire Station number 1, which is at 5791 Lacey Road. So all of the polling locations are within the boundaries of their respective aldermanic districts, which was a bit of a deviation from the past as well.
Yeah, and all of that, by the way, is online at our website, fitchburgwi.gov. So if Chad did, if you missed it because Chad was going quick, no, Chad, you did great here presenting that. And certainly we'll keep reminding folks here on Talking Fitchburg as it gets closer on where they'll be going. But thanks for that update. Construction, we talked a little bit about this last time, but as we do get closer, we do have some construction coming up. Just real quick, Chad, easy for me to say, some of the major projects that they'll be on some of the major corridors, major thoroughfares of our roadway, if I said that right.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. And,
I'm like, what's the best buzzword? And I just tried them all. So
yeah. So I know road construction has definitely been front and center for anyone living and or driving through Fitchburg the last several years between Verona Road, McKee Road, and Fish Hatchery Road. I'm happy to report that those projects have all concluded. However, that doesn't mean road construction is complete in Fitchburg. We do have two notable road projects that are on the docket for this road construction season. The first one being Lacey Road from Seminole Highway to Fitcherona Road. That is going to be a complete reconstruction project, also with the addition of a roundabout at Seminole and Lacey. And then the second notable road construction project is a reconstruction project continuing on South Scion Road. That'll go from Aurora Avenue, which is just south of Lacey Road, to the north of East Sherrill Parkway. You'll see signalized intersections being added at Scion and Lacey and Scion and East Sherrill as part of that project. And then, of course, the annual road maintenance work will take place at various locations throughout the city where Public Works will be contracting with the company to go ahead and do, like a slurry type, tar slurry type treatment on a number of roads. to help extend the useful lifespan of those roadways.
Yeah, and we'll continue to talk about those as they come up. But we had a listening session last night, and that's where we're going to end this with the Ag and Rural Affairs Commission. It has a annual listening session. It was at a beautiful farm down on Fish Hatchery Road. Four Winds, I believe, is the name of that place. And if you missed it, we have that for rebroadcast. But why is it important to have listening session in general? Speaking wise, what happened there, but why is it so important that we do have these?
Yeah, well, in this case, it's been a couple of years, obviously, with the pandemic, since the Ag and Rural Affairs Committee could have its annual listening session. So we held it last night. Yes, it was at the Four Winds Farm, which is the restored barn and event venue on South Fish Hatchery Road near Adams Road, which is, as you mentioned, just a beautiful facility. It was the first time I had gotten inside of it, and it was just masterfully redone. Kudos to the owners. But listening sessions in general are quite important. It provides an opportunity for our residents and community members to have interaction with their elected officials and or city employees. They can ask questions, they can get updates, just generally engage in dialogue, both formally and informally, and allows people to just talk, and get to know one another, build relationships, and generally, hopefully, get a better understanding and ideally an appreciation for both government operations and its impact and effects on our residents and community members.
Yeah, it's important stuff, and we have a lot of them. Believe it or not, we do have a lot of them. Usually targeted topics, more or less. But this one, great chance to hear from our rural area. And if you missed that meeting, we'll have it up on Fact TV for you. Just go to our website, fitchburgwi.gov, to check that out. Chad, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. And we finally want to ask, who did you pick for your Final Four? So
I haven't made my selection yet, but I will be making it tonight.
Well, are you sure you haven't made it? Like, you sure it's not WI?
Well, my heart will be rooting for those Badgers without a doubt, but sometimes my head has to overrule my heart, at least as it goes to picking. But I do like the Badgers' chances this year, particularly if they can play to their capabilities. I certainly think they could go deep in the tournament.
I'm hoping for a Iowa Badger game to get to the Final Four. That's what I'm hoping for. But both Andrew and I picked the Badgers to go on the show, so we just had to ask you quick to see where you were going. But
smart men.
Yeah, right. I see you picking Gonzaga, but that's just me. We'll see what happens.
There could be the team to beat. We'll see.
All right, Chad. Thank you so much again for your time. We'll check in with you next month.
You bet. Thanks, guys.
You bet. We'll take a quick break. More to come. You are watching Talking Fitchburg.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be flood next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg, wrapping up the show. I want to thank Chad Bracklin for being on the show. Always fun to get caught up. And Andrew, too. Andrew's never on the show, so we appreciate his time as well. Good luck with your brackets. Good luck with those warm temperatures. And we'll see you back here tomorrow.